Today we are discovering what secrets Survivor Island of the Idols did not tell us in the edited TV show. Some of these will be game related, some are strategic, and some are just plain silly. As long as it isn't part of the show that aired on TV, it's fair game to be considered a secret, and while most of these secrets here are focused on Survivor Island of the Idols, some of them do apply to Survivor as a whole. Heads up, this list contains secrets that I personally found to be the most interesting. Not every single secret in existence about this season is in this video. Also, this video is completely Dan Spilo free, aside from me mentioning his name here. So with that, let's count all 31 of them in absolutely no particular order.
39 days! 20 people, 1 survivor.
Number 1. Some of us may suspect that Island of the Idols was solely created so Jeff Probst could bring back his man crush, Boston Rob, on the show without anyone being the wiser. It's just a season-long excuse to show off his would-be husband if Amber weren't in the way. But that's all just a rumor, right?
Island of the Idols came from the idea of how could we get somebody like a Boston Rob to play again.
I'm done playing.
For years, Boston Rob would say, I'm never gonna play again because I can't win again. So I was trying to figure out, how do you get a guy like Rob to play again? What if you make him a god?
Number 2. Jeff Probst's cast predictions are infamously all over the place. Sometimes he nails how most players will do, like on China or Ghost Island, and other times he will predict Sierra is winning Game Changers. So how does he do with his winner pick this season?
Molly, one of the first people that comes to mind, definitely a threat to win. She just has everything. She actually has, while studying to go to law school, she has 2 big, I think, whiteboards in her room, and she's always charting Survivor strategies because she was determined that she was going to get on the show. So this is somebody, it's the new age player. It's the young person who watched growing up and now they can categorize. He plays like this, she plays like that. If I'm ever on the show, I'm gonna play a little like this and a little like that. Really liked her.
With that, thanks for watching Once Upon an Island. Liking and subscribing really helps, and if you want to pick what videos I make and watch all of my videos weeks and even months early, then consider supporting the channel on Patreon. If that interests you, then check out the link in the description. Thank you for your support. Number 3. This one is a bit interesting, and I feel like I don't know the truth still after hearing both sides of it. So why was Sandra lied to by Boston Rob about going on to Winners at War? In an interview with her, she says they were asked about this while on Island of the Idols.
When Jeff asked us, he asked us at the same time together. And I said, sign me up. I always say, sign me up, Jeff, whatever it is. Yes, absolutely. And he said no. And when he said no, and he was like, he said Amber had no desire. She's never been like in the limelight. She's not one to, they have girls now that they have to think about. Never again was there ever a word spoken about the next season. And then I remember Tyson saying something like, when Amber was going to get voted out, he said something to the effect of, Rob's going to kill me because I was supposed to take care of Amber. So when were you supposed to take care of Amber? When did this conversation happen if Rob's always saying he never talks to anybody?
But then if you watch this interview with Jeff, it sounds like he asked Rob and Amber before Island of the Idols. So which one is the truth? When was Boston Rob asked?
Like when I'd called Rob, we had already asked him to be in our 39th season, Island of the Idols. We had no idea we were going to call Rob for 40. And I called and said, hey, believe it or not, I'm not calling you about 39. I'm calling you about 40. I know the answer is no, but I have to ask. And he goes, you know what, bro? I'm thinking about it.
He's thinking about it.
Well, while you're thinking about it, do you think Amber would want to do it? No, she wouldn't because of the kids.
Right.
But I'm going to talk to her and I think she will.
Number 4. Sometimes on Ponderosa, we get gold. Like Coach forming his band The Dragons on Heroes vs. Villains, or Chris Noble making his own rap on Ghost Island. Well, Jack and Jamal this season tried their hands at making a song as well.
I woke up this morning feeling good, feeling bad about all that I had. Then I opened my eyes and I began to smile. Because although I'm out of the game, the fact that I played is insane. Ponderosa, yeah.
Number 5. If I were to play in Survivor, I would hope that the tools they give me to build my shelter are at least halfway decent. And why do I even mention this?
After all my hard work and no fire.
failure for me is not something that I run away from. It's something that I searched. So it's not the end of the story. Son of a bitch. You gotta be kidding me. This thing's breaking.
What?
There you go. Yeah, nice. Fall apart?
Yeah.
What the? Tools are falling apart. A machete falls apart or saw falls apart.
I don't know. I'm starting to lose hope. I feel like we're on Gilligan's Island.
That was nice though.
Number 6. You may or may not know, but Tommy Sheehan has been on another game show since Survivor. He was on The Challenge, where he went out much earlier than expected due to an injury.
Maybe he just want that to be free. Some people like to scream like that.
I'm not good. Next thing I remember is waking up and I'm more naked on The Challenge than I was on Survivor. I'm scared now. I don't remember the ending of the whole competition. Can I get pants?
Number 7. Have you ever thought to yourself, if I go on Survivor, then I'm going to wrestle my tribe mates? If not, then I can guess you were never on the Lyro tribe.
In the left ring, we got Missy from Georgia. In the right ring, we got Elaine. So we basically make our own little wrestling ring, and Chelsea does the announcing for Survivor Deathmatch 101. No kicking, no punching, everything else is allowed. I'm gonna put my shirt in. Cause you about to get an ass whooping. Get her. Go. Get her. Don't hurt me. Back up. Back up. I'm a squirrel. What Missy don't understand is
it's gonna be dark. You ain't gonna see me. You ain't gonna see me, you know what I'm saying?
Number 8. This next one blindsided me harder than that time that Janet went out on a negated idol at the Final 5, as I discovered this out of left field fact about Nora dating a player from Survivor Guatemala before ever being on the show.
So Jamie's ex-girlfriend's on it this season.
Yeah, Jamie's ex-girlfriend's on it. It was hilarious. We saw her name come up and
on 39? Wait, which one?
Yeah.
Yes, I almost died.
And we actually met her. Her name is Nora.
Oh, yeah.
That's Jamie's ex-girlfriend. How about that?
Wow.
I had not watched his season, first of all. He was on Match.com, and the photo he posted of him was like he had some modeling photos.
Mm-hmm.
He was, and the thing is, okay, I the Southern accent, I was like, okay, that's a little strong. I don't know if I like that. And also, I you know what it was? I just loved his heart. I liked that he was really authentic. He was down to earth. We talked on the phone a bunch of times. When I met him in person, I was like, hold up. This is not what I saw in your profile. And he like picked me up in like this like dirty pickup truck that wasn't his. But you know what? I was like, I'm going to keep an open mind and I want to get to know who he is. And I did like his heart, but I did learn more about him and his lifestyle, and I was like, yeah, this is not a fit.
Number 9. While I think the execution of Island of the Idols was lacking, I do think the concept is great, and I definitely want them to do it at least one more time. Maybe this time they could do it with Russell Hantz and Natalie White. That would be insane. Anyways, seeing Rob and Sandra just hang out was so much fun.
Don't come back without a big ass tuna.
I don't even have any fishing stuff. Just going for a rope.
Call 911 if you get into trouble. You're crazy. I almost called the Navy.
25-year-old Rob can paddle. 43-year-old Rob still needs a seat cushion.
I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to call the Navy that's stationed in Hawaii to come get him.
Number 10. Speaking of Rob and Sandra, here is Rob recalling this one time on Island of the Idols with sea snakes.
When Sandra and I were on Island of the Idols in season 39, on the first day we were there, a sea snake came into our camp and tried to eat our chickens. I've never been so afraid. I took a machete and chopped the thing in half.
Number 11. Later on in this video, I'm going to play for you an interview with Nora where she thinks a different Final Tribal Council performance from her could have netted her the victory. I think she may be delusional, as she was never winning due to multiple factors like burning Lauren early on in the game.
However, Nora did not have her pulse on the game at any given moment. Nora is actually one of the first people I connected with. We actually looked through Jason's bag together the first day.
Yes.
And it never made air.
Oh.
Yeah.
She went through Jason's bag?
We both went through Jason's bag, and she lied and told everyone that it was just me. Yeah.
Nora.
I know. And
Yeah.
that's when right off the bat, I was like, oh no, I cannot work with this girl.
Number 12. In some seasons, we see where the merged tribe name comes from, and other times it's a total mystery. I think this season's backstory on it is pretty cool, but I do understand the merge had much bigger fish to fry than this little scene.
So about tribe names for the merge. So I thought of one.
Okay.
So this is like a very personal one, but it sounds Fijian. So it's called Lumuwaku. It's something my dad used to say to us before he would go on deployment. It stands for love you, miss you, really want to kiss you. So Lumuwaku. That's obviously what's good.
Yeah, done. It's good.
Cool. I think my mom and sister would get a huge kick out of it.
Yeah.
It was an acronym for love you, miss you, really want to kiss you. And they would say that to each other when they would leave each other. So the acronym would be Lumuwaku.
Number 13. Did you ever watch Legends of the Hidden Temple? It was a goofy game show on Nickelodeon back in the 90s. Well, they unsuccessfully rebooted it recently, and Chelsea from Island of the Idols was on the first episode.
Our final team is the Green Monkeys! Hey. You're not going home empty-handed. You get to keep your Blue Barracuda t-shirt. Still pretty awesome.
Number 14. If you saw my Survivor China Secrets video, then you saw me dunk on John Robert. And you might mention that I said I couldn't find a single clip of him winning in the game of poker. Well, apparently I spoke too soon, as when I saw this clip of Ronnie playing poker, John Robert somehow does better? What?
Jack on the turn.
It's another ace.
Oh, another ace. Done.
Ronnie drawing dead.
Good game, guys. Full house.
Cut it out.
Hey, good luck.
Good game.
It was great meeting you.
Yeah, you
It was
too.
a very nice bluff. It was really cool.
Thanks.
Only made that call in the beginning, I would have every chip.
Number 15. I think Sandra played a big part in a lot of players' games this season, as in this secret scene, Nora channels her inner Diaz Twine.
Is Janet up there, Nora?
I've never talked to you.
Cool. We come back to camp, and Nora is a little pissed.
You're disturbing.
Cool. Can you exit the conversation now, please? By the way, I can't find my Nike sneakers. I'm sitting down, getting ready for bed and whatnot. It's a nice dry evening. I'm gonna put on my socks, put on my high top Nikes so the mosquitoes can't get my ankles. And my Nikes are supposed to be right by the chair. I go, hey, what are the chances Nora's mad at me and throws these in the ocean? What kind of 36-year-old woman hides her shoes in the middle of the night just to spite you?
Number 16. Lauren has gone on to do many TV-related things post Island of the Idols, but recently she was on The Price is Right for Mother's Day, and I apologize in advance for the quality, as I couldn't find a cleaner copy of this.
I'm the baby. My baby needs a car. That's it.
20,880.
That's it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Number 17. Challenges over the years have evolved and then they devolved, as they started off very inconsistent in quality until they became super physical, and then they became a good mixture of fun until they became iterations of the same two challenges over and over and over. Here's John Kerhofer, the guy who's in charge of challenges, explaining this.
We've been here in Fiji for 4 years now, so we know the areas that we have to work with. And then we brainstorm what would be cool elements, what are cool things to see, what is visually exciting. After all, it's not about really testing how smart somebody is or really testing somebody's dexterity. It's getting people to do things that are fun to watch.
Okay.
And it still tests you.
Is Jeff involved with the challenges?
Jeff is very involved.
Very involved.
With everything.
Right.
Number 18. Some of you may recall that before this season, Jeff and the marketing department were really pumping up the women of this season. Heck, Sandra even tells Boston Rob during the show that a woman will win. So it is understandable that so many of us were left scratching our heads, and here's what I mean.
And what you're going to see this season is, I think, the most powerful group of women we've ever had.
How
awesome would it be to see women go to the end, you know, and kick butt and go toe-to-toe with these men who think that they're tough, but we're the ones keeping them honest. I just got out of the military yesterday, and now, like, Fiji, welcome to Fiji.
I am excited for everything. Come on in, guys.
Come on in, guys.
If I need to vote out my greatest ally because I know I can't beat them in the final 3, sayonara.
Number 19. Vince is not someone I think needs to play again, but he was fun for the time that he was on the show. However, he had a trick up his sleeve that I wish he would have actually have done at Tribal.
So I brought my idol. I didn't bring the paperwork, but I did bring the idol in my water bottle. I was just like stepping up and being like, Jeff, first time in Survivor history, here you go. A wet idol from my canister.
Number 20. In so many final confessionals and day after interviews, a lot of players have this air of fake positivity about how great they are as people and how Survivor is amazing. And if they had just been on the show just a little bit longer, then we would have seen the real them and they would have unleashed their full potential because they were holding back.
I was able to establish myself as a central part of my tribe, and I probably got voted out because I was too big of a threat, which I'm gonna wear like a badge of honor.
I did so many awesome things in this game and had so many great memories. I'm gonna have a tape of bringing my husband out here. I did that. Like, nobody else helped me do that. I think that they're gonna miss that I'm really authentic and that I'm really easy to be around, and I'm also fun to be around.
I really felt that I had my finger on the pulse of the entire game. I was getting information from every source.
See what I mean? It's a bit baffling, and that was just 3 examples out of so many. And frankly, it annoys me. So color me refreshed when one player actually learns a life lesson.
For me, I guess the biggest learning experience I can take away from this game is like, check your ego at the door, sit down, be humble, kind of sit back, and just don't jump the gun right away. Take everything in, relax.
Number 21. Russell Hantz and Nora may have more in common than I originally thought. As we all recall, Russell hilariously saying that America should have a say as to who wins Survivor, and apparently he's not alone on this sentiment.
I also think it would be amazing if America voted, because I think we might have a different outcome if America votes. I think if America voted, I would have won the game. I think in terms of the jury that you're dealing with, they are not understanding the method to my madness. You got Tommy, who dominated strategy, who didn't do anything around camp, and he'll confirm that. And he mastered strategy, but with a partner of which he really can only take half for. So you're going to give the game to one of these 2 guys that dominated one of the 3 areas of this game?
Number 22, but that's not all, folks. As I alluded to earlier, Nora thinks that with a better final Tribal Council performance, she could have won. I honestly could not stop drawing comparisons between her and Dan Foley when listening to this 3.5-hour interview.
I think if I had that ingrained in my head, 5 of the last seasons have been male. I do wish in that moment also, when I'm deliberating for myself, that I said, guys, aren't we sick and tired of seeing a man win? Yeah. And men that have a game, these guys have a good game that they are over exaggerating. And I have a great game, an excellent game that's well-rounded in all the areas that is being downplayed by you and me. Why don't, I felt like that would have been a great moment to say, women, we are 7 out of the 10 jurors. 7 women sitting there. Give me your vote. Vote for us.
Number 23. I showed you some of that fake positivity that every player uses as a cover-up for whatever reason to mask their true emotions. However, one time when Karishma was doing it,
I came out here because I wasn't sure. And I wasn't sure whether I could do it. I wasn't sure whether I had it in me. I wasn't sure if this would be something I would enjoy. Mm-hmm. And that kind of lack of clarity you should never have in your life. You should always seek to find out these questions. Yeah.
That's a cockroach.
No, it wasn't. It was a moth.
No, it wasn't. It was a cockroach.
Oh, no! Oh my God, it was on me!
It's okay. It's gone now. Go back to Ponderosa. There's none there. It's gone. Don't worry.
Check. Is there more?
He's got there's none there at all.
Oh my God, get on me.
Thank you, Cockroach. Thank you. Number 24. Elaine did not lose the most overall weight on her season, but she came close. just not quite the record. However, if you count her pre-game weight loss, I count her as the victor.
147.8.
Yeah.
Wow. Do the math.
24.5 pounds.
Yeah.
Roughly.
You know I lost 20 before I come.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. 20 pounds in a month.
Number 25, Elaine was a busted can of biscuits, as she called herself, and biscuits and gravy are an amazing combo for breakfast. However, when she explains what good breakfast is to everyone else, I don't think they get it.
I love lobster. Me too. That's why I eat every meal. There's lobster in the omelet.
That's too city for me. Like, omelet's just got like ham and cheese in it. What the hell are you trying to feed me? Can I just get a burger? Yeah, that's all I want. Chicken burger? Give me no chicken and no fish. Give me beef. Who puts an egg on a burger and then to top it off, you gonna put a cucumber? A cucumber. Like
An egg, like an easy over egg, where you take a bite and the yolk starts running out, and then like.
That's why you have biscuits and freaking breakfast.
You put eggs on your biscuits. We eat gravy in the morning.
For sure.
Like, I eat gravy for Thanksgiving.
Am I in the freaking Twilight Zone? Am I in the Twilight Zone? Are y'all punking me?
Number 26, where did the idea for the secret booth that Rob and Sandra sit in come from? I think it was a brilliant addition that made some tribals so much more fun. Apparently, we can all thank Jimmy Fallon as he emailed Jeff about it one night. Jeff didn't understand why they would ever do that until he realized that his man crush could sit in on it.
Jimmy is the greatest. You send me these ideas via email, like, hey, here's an idea for Survivor, here's an idea for Survivor.
Good impression, by the way.
And it's middle of the night, it'll be 1:30 a.m. And you go, okay, 2 more. Okay, 1 more. Don't read this till in the morning, but I think it's great.
Yeah.
And
well,
I
let's come up with ideas, any silly ideas or anything. I go, if I can give anything to Jeff Probst.
Number 27, how is it that Survivor has a better success rate than shows like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette on getting couples together? I have no idea. But still to this day, Jack and Elizabeth are dating. Number 28, Missy is not someone I really cared about when watching the season, as at times she annoyed me, though her reaction to Applebee's is legendary. I cannot forget it. However, in her day after interview she does at Ponderosa, she did something unexpected. She made me care about her. What?
My family is not very close. You know, like I don't really have, they don't even know I'm here actually. I still don't believe that I'm here sometimes, and it's super dope, and like it feels like a dope dream. And I think for me, for my Survivor experience, what I wanted out of overall was just a family. Like I really want a family, like ultimately. And I think the way that I played reflects that. I know as a super fan, you're not supposed to be tied at the hip to someone. Elizabeth is my best friend. Like, you can't make that up. Like, you can't, that is not fabricated. And I wanted to get family. I wanted family outside of the season. I wanted season 32. I wanted Michaela and Wendell and like to meet Davey. I want to meet Davey's dog. Like, I love Davey's dog the way somebody would love their mom. Like, I want to meet these people, but to come into this game and to find that detriment to my game, maybe, but overall, like super dope for my life. So I don't know, this is like the coolest thing ever.
Number 29, Tommy played an expert social game in an era where people thought that it wasn't as important as big moves. So how did he manage his threat level while looking like a physical specimen of perfection?
Because you can't help the way you look, right? Mm-hmm. So I can't help that I'm 6'4" and 215 pounds. So I'm like, instantly people are gonna be like, oh, he's athletic. But what I could do is not volunteer for anything. So the grappling hook, they all looked at me to do it, and I was like, guys, I'm not that good at any of that kind of stuff. Like, I'm more of like a puzzle guy. They're like, you want to do the puzzle? I was like, no. Like Jamal, you went to Brown, like you do it. Like, I was trying to do everything, every single group challenge. I'm a lifeguard too. They're like, Tommy, do the swim. I was like, no. Janet's a way better swimmer. Yeah. And also, I know I'm talking a lot. Come merge, you can believe it or not, I 100% threw challenges up until 8 people left, where even to the producers, I wish they did this to confessionals, I would tell them, because they knew I was throwing it, I talked to them and I would say, guys, I'm coming in 7th place today, I'm coming in 5th place today, and I got them all perfectly correct. Whenever I was in that spot, I dropped. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want to be, because a necklace, like I said at Final Tribal, saved you for one night, but it puts your target on the next. So I didn't want that.
Number 30. Prepare for teaching time with Tommy, as when he won, everyone he knew was blown away, and his school celebrated his win and got on the news.
He's dressed as the Grinch for the holidays, but 26-year-old Tommy Sheehan is far from a mean one. And for him, this welcome home party is just as memorable as what he experienced Wednesday night.
And that shows you can do anything you want if you put your mind to it. I watch every single episode. It's really amazing.
Tommy still plans on teaching. He says no amount of money can take him away from the kids.
You could give me $10 million and I would still be here the next day. You know, when I landed right after I got off the show, I came to work the next day. I love my job and this is my passion.
Number 31. Did you know that after Winners at War that Sandra did play Survivor again? Ho, she did. She was on Australian Survivor Blood vs. Water with her daughter Nina, and I have a video all about her epic story, link in the description.
If me and my daughter have to go head to head, I'm beating her ass. I'm gonna beat her down. Don't forget, queen stays queen.
So which secret surprised you the most? Comment below and let me know. Thank you for watching, and doubly thanks for liking and subscribing. See you all next time.